Welcome to I May Be Wrong.
I don't know what this world is coming to,
but I don't think so. We're broadcasting from the greater Nashville area, the home of country music, beyond the borders of political correctness and identity politics. Facts and faith are our demarcations. Truth lights our path.
Here's the Barry White of Podcast Radio,
the Venerable Alfonso Ashworth.
Well, welcome to another exciting episode of I May Be Wrong, but I Don't Think So. Of course, you can find us every Wednesday at I May Be Wrong, but I Don't Think So.com. Of course, you can also find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us, of course, in our chat room that we call the Furnace. If you'd like to be a member of that chat room, just give me a shout out and we'll send you an invite. You can also be a member of our chat room, private chat room called I May Be Wrong, but I Don't Think So.com or on Messenger. Of course, today, we're going to do a special today. This is going to be I was sort of hesitant to do a Thanksgiving Eve or Thanksgiving Day special program. But in light of what's happening in this country, I thought it'd be a great opportunity to not only share my thoughts on Thanksgiving and what I'm thankful for, but also give you an opportunity to call in. This is a rare moment that we do this. If you would like to be part of the conversation, you can Skype call us at 615-422-5709. Of course, we will let you get in. I'll give you an opportunity to let your voice be heard. Of course, you can also chat with me on Facebook if you're there. I see that someone has already chimed in on Facebook. I see that Dave is calling in. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave, how you doing? I guess he hung up. Give it a shout out again if you want to give an opportunity to call back in. Make sure that you give it time, and we'll get you in here and give you an opportunity to give you a little testimonial. Dave is one of my longtime supporters. I met Dave in Tupelo, Mississippi a few years ago, and Birthday Dave is amazing and an amazing human being. And I've never seen anybody like this. Thing you'd ever want to know about your birthday. Of course, if you'd like to call in at 615. I think we got one. Hey, let's answer this call. Hey, Dave, how you doing, David?
I'm David.
Well, glad to see. It looks like you on the video. I've got you on audio though. We've got you on audio. So, of course, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to call in on the program. I was just telling the audience where we met a few years ago in Tupelo, Mississippi. How did you get the name Birthday Dave?
Well, goodness. Well, since 1988, I've been telling people on which day of the week they were born.
Okay.
And before that, I could remember a lot of people's birthdays.
That is the truth, because every time I meet you or talk to you, you have something new to share with me about my birthday. Now, of course, I don't mind letting everyone know my birthday is on December the 1st. So quickly, tell the audience about that date.
Well, number one, you were born on a Friday. Now, it's up to you if you want to disclose the age, but I'll say this too. But you were also born on the 11th birthday of a well-known gentleman. Now, people may not recognize his name. His name is, goodness, I'm terrible with names. Keith Thibodeau.
Okay.
He lives in a suburb right here in Jackson, Mississippi. He lives in Madison. And He was also born on Friday, just like you. But most people don't know the name Keith Thibodeau. But for anyone that is our age, they would know that he is the little boy that played Little Ricky on I Love Lucy.
I'll be darned. So now everyone knows who that is. Of course, I'm very honored to be born on that day as well. Of course, I know that you're very, very busy. Let me ask you something, because this is Thanksgiving special. We're asking people to call and give testimonies of what they're thankful for. What do you want to share briefly in with the audience and with anyone listening in? What are you thankful for and why, Dave?
I am so grateful for my grandmother that she led me to Jesus on Labor Day, 1974. It was 4 minutes after 4 when I repented that afternoon. Central Time, of course.
Yes.
And I forgot to tell you this too, but Keith and his wife Kathy started back in 1986 the Christian ballet company. It's called Ballet Magnificat. Now, a lot of people have heard of that, and they travel all over the place. I think they're fixing to go to Israel, or maybe they just came back. I forget which one, but Israel is part of their touring too. So, but I'm so grateful to Jesus for my grandmother who led me to Jesus, and my best friend Ricky. Next month will be 2 years since he's been with Jesus. Matter of fact, tomorrow it has been 23 months tomorrow since he's been with Jesus. He's the one that married Jennifer and me. He stood by me through thick and thin, and I met him back in November of 74. So we're as close as blood brothers. So all 4 of his daughters would call us Uncle Dave and Aunt Jennifer.
Wow.
And something else I'm grateful for, and that is American Family Association.
Yes.
Brother Don Wildman, he started this organization back in 77, and the radio station started August 21st of 91 on a Wednesday. And now there are over 180 stations in 36 states.
And I was so blessed to be a part of that organization when I was the guest host for Lonnie on his show, right. Lion Chasers Radio. And of course, right. we could talk forever, and we have before, haven't we? We've talked quite a bit.
Yes.
But of course, to wrap it up and maybe give us other people the chance to call in, I want to thank you for taking the time to call in and share your testimony about your grandmother who led you to Jesus. And of course, we have many, many stories to share about that. But really quickly, give us something about today's date that people would be interested in, Dave, in terms of dates.
November 27th. I mean, not that I can think of right off the top of my head, other than I know a number of people that have a birthday today. Not right off.
Okay.
Matter of fact, one of them works for American Family Association. Her name is Angie.
Okay. So wish Angie a happy birthday for me, and I really appreciate you taking the time to call in. God bless you, brother, and have a happy Thanksgiving, and God bless you and yours.
Well, thank you, and you got a birthday on Sunday.
Yes, sir. Thank you, David.
Bless you, brother. All right.
God bless you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, that was David. I met David several years ago, and as he just said, he did this program. He was doing along with Urban Family. He also did a lot of volunteer. He does a lot of volunteer work for American Family Association through the share-a-thon that they have, and that's one of the places I meet Dave is when I would go to the share-a-thon. If you would like to call in and give a testimonial, if you're listening and you want to call in, you can call us at 615-422-5709. We have a lot to be thankful for. The devil is whether you believe in the devil or not, the forces of evil. Let's put it that way. The forces of evil. You know, many in the politics, and I ain't saying Democrats and Republicans, because sometimes it's hard to tell the difference when it comes to politicians, what side they're falling on. It depends on what they're wanting. Most of them think for some reason that many of us in America are just racist, sexist, knuckle-dragging Neanderthals who have no sense, no common decency, no reason, no logic. Oh, we got another caller calling in. Of course, we want this caller to get through if she can. Paula is calling in. Let's see if we can get her in here. There she comes. Hey, Paula, how you doing?
Good morning. I am blessed and highly favored. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic, and it's a wonderful moment to hear from you. I just heard from David out in Tupelo. Well, he's in Jackson, Mississippi. Of course, you're right here in my back door, and you recently moved to Tennessee. And let me ask you something, Paula. And you can take as much time as you think you need, but what I would like to know is, what are you thankful for and why?
You know, I asked me that question, and I need to be able to. Am I echoing there?
No, you're doing fine.
Okay, great. I was thinking about the question when you posted on the chat what we were going to do this week, and it came to me relatively quickly. I don't know if you're aware that I work with adults who have their memory somewhat compromised. And as I work with the adults, I realize that they're thankful for every moment here and now. They don't have a lot of short-term memory. Long-term memory, they can really appreciate things that happened in their past, and we do reminisce quite a bit. And I am thankful for the capacity that the good Lord has given us to be able to create memory with our emotion, our feeling, and to be able to hold on to those memories. And in that, I'm also realizing that the past is the past, and we need to be thankful for the here and now and the path that he has us on, and to be able to reclaim and recapture the days while we're in our right minds, while we have the faculties to do so, and while we have the strength to move forward. And so that's what I'm thankful for, being in the moment and understanding all the gifts that we have to be able to bless others. You know, Abraham was told by God, I will bless you and you will be a blessing.
Amen. And you know something, you made me think of God's eternal now. When you said living in the moment, living in the now, that we're in God's eternal now. We're not, Amen. God is not something that we put on and put off as if it's in the past or something may be in the future. God's eternal now is where we are at any moment of our lives until that time comes to an end. And of course, like you said, you're thankful for the work that you're able to do to help people with their memories and to help them enjoy what time they have in the now, and not worry so much about what's happened in the past. And the future is promised to nobody. Nobody is promised tomorrow. So we have to do what we can do now. And Jesus told the disciples, go do my will while it's yet day. Because when night comes or when death comes, there's no more work for man to do. And of course, I'll give you the chance to maybe if you want to share some more thoughts. Do you have big plans for the Thanksgiving Day? I know that you moved here from another part of the country. Do you have family or do you have friends that you're going to get with, or how are you going to spend your day?
Well, we did an early Thanksgiving a couple weeks ago. I'm here. I live with my cousin.
Okay.
And her son is serving in the military, and he came home. He was on his way from Bahrain to Japan, and he made a pit stop here in Middle Tennessee. And so we had a feast to rival all feasts
There you go.
a couple of weeks ago. And so we are going to be kind of low key this Thanksgiving. And my cousin and I, we are actually doing a downsizing project. So I'm sure we'll be reminiscing as we go through all of our treasures.
Treasures, yes. That's right.
What are your plans, Al?
Well, I tell you what, I have an attitude that I always think of service above self. And I always try to emphasize that, especially at this time of year. And, of course, I work with my local groups that I like to get with. I try to encourage people, take up some donations, get some coats, take them to the homeless shelter. If you have time, go to the homeless shelter and help feed some of our veterans and some of the people. You'll still have time to do all these other things. So tomorrow I'll be taking my brother who is has mental problems. He's been in a mental institution for many years. So I'll be picking him up tomorrow and taking him around to family members so that they can get an opportunity to wish him well. And then, of course, I'll spend some time with friends and hopefully touch somebody's life. So, Paula, I want to thank you for taking a moment to call in on the program. This is the first time we've taken live callers. And, of course, I knew you or Akita. David beat y'all to it this time. But I'm sure that Akita or somebody's going to call in. But thank you, and God bless you for everything that you're doing, and God bless you and yours.
Thank you, Al. Same to you. Have a wonderful week, and thanks for making a difference. We appreciate you. God bless you.
A supporter of the show as well, and we really appreciate that, that she took all in to let us know, give us a testimony about what she's doing and what she's thankful for, and what she's doing on this this time of the year that we call Thanksgiving. Look, we should give thanks. We should give thanks every day, every moment. We should thank the Lord for every breath that we're giving. None of this, you can't take any of this for granted. If you're battling cancer, if you're battling a disease, if you're battling family issues, crisis, drug addiction, alcoholism, all those things are something that you can be delivered from. And you need to be understanding the true deliverer, the true giving, the true thankfulness is something we should do, not just on November the 28th, and then, of course, on December the 25th. We should be doing this every day, every minute, every waking hour. Of course, if you would like to call in, Skype call us. You can call. The number is 615-422-5709 and share your testimony. It's a little bit technically, I'm not sure, how this works. I understand how it works, but I'm not sure it works perfectly every time. But of course, I see that people are sending messages in, and we're getting a lot of information. Look, if you would like to come in, be a part of the show, you like to be what we're doing on the program, you like what we're talking about, we do have guests that come on the show periodically that are what we call subject matter experts. Last week, we had Lucretia Hughes on the show. She's got her own show. We've had Stanley Levy with Black Man Thinking on the show. We've had Bruce Rivers out on the West Coast talking about abortion and post-aborted fathers. We've had constitutional experts on the show, John Harris with the Second Amendment. We've had Hal Rounds, who is a constitutional know-it. You can't get around it. This guy knows the Constitution inside and out. He's been on the show. If you would like to hear some of the pre-recorded shows podcast, you can go to I may be wrong, but I don't think so.com. And of course, you can follow us there. You can subscribe there. Make sure you get some of the merchandise. We do have T-shirts and cups. And of course, if you would like to get a copy of any of my books, you can do so there. My latest, of course, being No Snow Days. Somebody just left a message that said they just found the chat. Welcome to the show. We'll appreciate you coming in and finding us on the program. Look around. If you like what you see, if you want to let us know what you're doing, and text us, call us, whatever. Of course, we do this every Wednesday from 10 to 10:30 Central Time. Of course, you can find us on Facebook, or you can find us on my website at I may be wrong, but I don't think so.com. What am I thankful for? What am I thankful for? Well, I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for, like David said, I'm thankful for my grandmother, who, by the way, who helped raise me, because I had a mother who was very, very sickly. Matter of fact, she had a massive stroke when I was 5. The doctors told her she would not live no more than 6 months. Matter of fact, they didn't tell her. They told my family. They told my grandmother and my family that my mother would not live no more than 6 months. And, of course, she had 3 small children, me being the oldest. And you can only imagine what that did to my family back that far ago, back in the mid-'60s. There was very little help, especially for a condition like what she had, where she had a massive stroke, completely paralyzed on one side, was unable to talk, was unable to walk, and the doctors told my grandmother, you're going to have to find someone to raise her children, because we're not going to give her no more than 6 months. But my grandmother that raised me was a prayer warrior. I think she started the prayer closet, because she went into her closet, and we joke about it sometime that she would disappear, and we had no idea where Nanny was, and we think she went to heaven to go talk directly to God. I think she would just get in that closet and go straight to heaven, go before that throne and talk directly to God. And she prayed to God that her daughter be allowed to live to see her oldest child turn 18. Now, I guess you probably figured out that, yes, she lived to see me turn 18. She lived to see my 18th birthday, but we lost her that following spring with the same thing that the doctor said it would take her, the tumor that she had. So, yes, I believe in miracles. Yes, I believe in prayer. Yes, I believe in giving thanks. And I think that we all could benefit from that, despite everything that's going on, despite all this nonsense that's going on in politics. They're not in control. They think they are. They're at the same mercy that you and I are under. They're under that same mercy. They're only here because God woke them up this morning. God could have choose to let you sleep away and slip away. God could, you don't know how many times that somebody has prayed to intervene in your behalf, that was petitioning God to show mercy because you were out in the left field. You were somewhere you shouldn't have been. You were doing things you shouldn't have been doing. And somebody like my nanny or somebody in that mode was praying for you. So we need to pray for our country and our leaders, and we need to pray for all these people and that's making these decisions for us. Despite the fact that I don't agree with what they're doing, they still need prayer. You and I need prayer. Of course, we are, I may be wrong, but I don't think so. I'm working on a book called I May Be Wrong, but I Don't Think So. And one of my mentors that I dearly respect, he's a great author. He's a great person, a good human. I was talking to him about the book and what I'm working on. And he told me, he said, Al, He said, if you got a title called I May Be Wrong, but I Don't Think So, he said that book had better be funny. That's what he told me. And I don't know. I'm working on it. It's going to have some levity. It's going to have some serious undertones. And it's going to be a serious topic matter. Anytime somebody says I may be wrong, but I don't think so, that could lead you down several directions. And I have people challenge me on that. But of course, I believe that I'm on the right side of not only the gospel. I think I'm on the right side of history. I think I'm on the right side of where this country is at the moment. The jobs are there if you want a job. The careers are out there if you want to start a new career. The education opportunities are out there if you want to take advantage of them. Despite everything that the Democratic Party and the politicians are saying right now about impeachment, it don't really matter. I see that Tracy Neal is telling me happy Thanksgiving. He says, happy holidays, Al. Not going to argue with you today, but Friday will be good. Yeah, Tracy, we can pick this up again on Friday. And of course, we can all be friends. I've known Tracy all my life. He and I played hoops. And he's a little younger than myself, but I admire him because he's a dedicated, passionate person who has overcome a lot. He's overcome a lot in life. I would like to have him on. If you ever get an opportunity, Tracy, I want you to call the show sometime. I would love to have you come on and tell you and share your story, big guy, because you are an inspiration. And although we don't agree politically, we can agree to respect one another. And that's what I've always admired about Tracy, that's on my page. If you would like to leave some comments, please do so. We got a lot going on. Somebody's texted me. I just gave them some news. Anybody that knows me, that in 2016, I was diagnosed with something called chronic lymphocytic leukemia. It went in remission. It then came back, and now it's been beat up again. I'm not ready to go anywhere, folks. You know, I'm not ready to stop doing what I do. Matter of fact, I enjoy what I do. I've been in business since 1986, trying to live up to the Constitution, trying to live up to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that's what we all should be doing. Look, don't let somebody constrain you because of your race. Hi, Miss Akita. Akita just says happy Thanksgiving, family. Akita is one of my longtime followers and listeners. She goes back to the show I was on earlier with Lion Chasers Radio, and even back further than that, I think. So, Akita, thank you for chiming in. Of course, we're getting ready to come up on the end of this 30 minutes. Look, I want to take the show. I want to go an hour. I really do want this show to be an hour-long program, but I'm not going to do that until the time is right and we got enough resources and we have enough people on board so that we can make the show the best that we're able to do. We're working on getting other guests to come on the show. She says, I have so much to be thankful for. Akita does. She says, I have eternal life with Christ Jesus. Hallelujah. Yes, Akita, that's right. We have all of that and then some to be thankful for. Of course, I want to and let you know that I'm thankful for the people that are in my life, the families, the individuals, the workers, the people I have worked around and with through my different venues that I'm in, my business, my personal life. I want to thank God that those people were put in my life for whatever reason to either instruct me or to share or for me to share with them. And that's what we hear. Iron sharpens iron. And I want to thank you, of course, for being a part of this program. If you would like to do more, if you would like to help us do more on the program, you can follow us at I May Be Wrong, but I Don't Think So.com. Become a subscriber to the show. That way you will get information. And if you would like to be a contributor to the show, you can do that from the website. Look, we're not here begging for anything. We know God is going to take care of this situation. We know that we'll be here to combat what's going on. But I want to thank you. I want to say God bless you. I want to say God bless America. And don't forget, God bless our children, and peace.
You've been listening to Alfonso Ashworth, the Barry White of Podcast Radio. Go forth and share his message. I may be wrong, but I don't think so. Remember, no two people can ever occupy the same place at the same time. You were uniquely and wonderfully made. Born an original. Don't die a copy. God bless. Peace.